Welcome, YouTubers. How you guys doing? This is Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Peyton, here for the second episode. The second one. The first one was a big success. Thank y'all for all who liked and subscribed. Like I said, I'm doing this for you guys. This is awesome. And guess what? It's never, ever too early to celebrate Super Bowl 50. I got my jersey ready. I understand it's a couple more days, but I'm getting ready right now. I wish I had my wings, my popcorn. Well, who has popcorn with Super Bowl? But you know, all other stuff. I like to get down with it. So let's just dive right into it. This is Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Clayton. Here rocking Who That's, even though we're not in Super Bowl. It's the Broncos versus the Panthers. Yeah, let's get right into it. Super Bowl 50, we've spoken on the first episode. It's going to be awesome. It's two great teams, the best of the AFC, the Denver Broncos, the best of the NFC, the Carolina Panthers. These two are on the head collision play this Sunday for the Lombardi Trophy for Super Bowl 50. So we're getting into it right now. Everything that's going on right now, Super Bowl wise, is all around Peyton Manning. Yes, there's some Cam Newton news, more about him being an African American quarterback and him wearing those god awful pants that resemble Super Bowl 50. But anything outside of that resembles Peyton Manning. This could be his last hurrah. He could fool everybody and actually stay. He hasn't really admitted that he's not. He hasn't said anything about leaving yet after the season. But let's just be honest. I think definitely he gets a win. I seen Dabble, Sweeney dabbing. I seen all these old coaches dabbing. Everyone's dabbing. So, of course, Peyton Manning will give someone a dab. We're going to talk about who actually deserves, well, I shouldn't say deserve, but who needs this win more? Is it Cam Newton or Peyton Manning? And I can give you examples for both who need it more. We'll go with the obvious with Peyton Manning. Why you say he needs it more? Maybe because to shut the doubters up. Let the doubters know, I got my 2 Super Bowl rings. If you want to count greatest players with rings, well then guess what? I got 2 of them. So you can shove it. I'm basically just, I'm 1 behind Bradshaw and whatever, and 2 behind Brady. But you can shove it. I got 2 more than Dan Marino, that kind of thing. I got 2 more than Jim Kelly. So go ahead and shove it. But I think, if you want to go to the Peyton route, he sort of needs it more because his time is running out. And if he wants to establish himself as the, Mount Rushmore of NFL status, which I think he's in already, but most people, they say you need rings. And I guess 1 isn't enough. So I'm guessing he's probably going to need it more. But then, of course, you go to the Cam Newton side. Cam Newton is just now getting to his stride. And you say, well, Carlos, why does he need it more? Do you think Cam Newton really needs it more? He just got started. He's in a promised career. Cam is leading the new millennium, the new millennial players. Now, the new kids, they start a new generation, where everything is about, feeling good and celebrating everything. Someone runs a 2-yard run on first down, the defense is getting crunked, they just, stop the 4th and goal. Or the first kickoff of the game, the guy runs on the, the 22-yard line, the kick coverage team is going crazy. Oh yeah, man, that's how we're doing it. Well, Cam is the front runner of all this celebratory NFL kind of stuff now, bringing in his swag, his certain swag. And if he wins this game, which I think he probably needs it more as well, you never know. But the reason why he probably wouldn't need it more is because if he wins this game, now his stock just rises. And he's not only caring for African American quarterbacks, he's caring for a new generation. Like I said in the first episode, it's a 13-year difference, which is the biggest in NFL history of starting quarterbacks. And they're totally opposites when it comes down to the meaning. Peyton's more of the quiet type. He's more of a laid back, give you a stern answer and tell you what it is. And Cam's more of a loosey-goosey type guy, and he's all about having fun, which both ways are fine with me as long as you're producing W's. I can care less, and both guys have done that this year, getting W's their way. But Cam is leading a new millennium, a new era of football, a new fun kind of attitude of football. Every time he's dabbing, he's always smiling. Now, granted, he's winning this year. I've seen in the past where he's lost and he's soaked it up like a big baby. One of those tearjerkers with the little towel over his head, and he soaks up in crowds. But he's only lost 1 game this year, so we're gonna got to see it for that Falcons game. But besides that, I think he's leading a new generation. I think he has a little more pressure than what people are putting on him. He's probably putting more pressure on himself than what the media is as well. So I think it's a very interesting fact. Now, overall, in my opinion, I think Peyton Manning deserves it. Not deserves it, but needs it more. Just because he has the legacy of being a Mount Rushmore quarterback. I don't think Cam's ever going to be in that talk of greatest quarterbacks of all time. Not anytime soon. So that's why Peyton, I think, in my opinion, he needs the Super Bowl more than anybody. Just so he can hush the naysayers up, and who knows, man? Who knows? And he wants to certify himself as one of the, like I said, the greatest players to ever play this game. Ever, and that's pressure upon himself. Now, the scapegoat, could he be it? Yeah, he could be it for a loss, which isn't his fault. But at the same time, who knows? We're basically just looking for a great game. I'm looking for an awesome game. I'm hoping we're getting that. I got a feeling we're getting that, and I'll tell you my prediction later on in this podcast. So I'll tell you what's going on. But I'm gonna branch off right fast, and let's talk about the Pro Bowl. Now, people say, "Well, Carlos, how do you change the Pro Bowl? How do you make it fun?" In my honest opinion, you just cut the Pro Bowl off completely. It's pretty much a waste of time. The players don't want to be there. Fans don't actually want to see it. So, I mean, it's kind of a lose-lose situation, but you still make money, and the NFL is all about money making, so they don't mind at all. And I don't blame them for having played every single year. I don't blame them one bit, so there's nothing you really can do. But in my personal opinion, if you want to change, you still award everyone, talking D linemen, linebackers, O linemen, and all those guys, tight ends. You award them for making the quote unquote Pro Bowl. So reward them on that, but at the same time, and even invite them to come to Hawaii. But if all we're getting is basically a 7-on-7 drill, then you know what? We might as well make it 7-on-7 drill. Keep the pads on. I want straight cornerbacks, wide receivers. If an old lineman or a tight end wants to come in and for a play or two and run a wide receiver route just for laughs, that's cool too. But basically, if you want, that's why we're getting the 7-on-7. So why not make it an actual 7-on-7? You get the quarterback, the running back, 5 wide receivers, and then you get all DBs. I mean, it's not going to happen, but that's my best way of actually doing it. That's the only way I can actually see it being kind of fun at the same time. And maybe I think they should do more events leading up to the Pro Bowl. I know they do, but like make it more, popular event. I don't know how, and there is clearly no answer for the Pro Bowl and how to fix it. But overall, the Pro Bowl it was okay. Like I said, it's better than the last couple of years, but now it's kind of getting a little old. People want something new, and my newness, I'm saying, just cut it. Just cut it. Just throw it away. We don't need all that. So they try to put it back down to before the Super Bowl, which I like that. But I kind of rather after the Super Bowl, to where everyone can have fun, even the Super Bowl champions have fun. But it's the NFL. They're much bigger than I am. I can tell you that right now. Now, I want everybody to know that I also have a sister show. It's called The Last Word. Check out the podcast. It's on YouTube. It's wonderful. It's me. It's my two homies, J Nev and my big dog, Derek Simeon. Two great guys who love sports just as much as I do. It's called The Last Word. I want you guys to check it out because, I mean, it's hilarious, but we get down to the points. We all have 3 strong opinions, and it's a podcast. Who doesn't love listening to podcasts? With that being said, I got my boy J Nev. He tried to help me out. I know it's still football season, but there are a lot of people who are worried about what's going on in basketball. If you're the type of person who doesn't watch basketball until after football season is over, well, J Nev has a little story for you. It's called The Top 5 Things that's been going on in NBA right now. So I'd love to talk to you.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy J Nev from The Last Word, and these are my 5 biggest takes from the season thus far. Number 5, I got my boy Dwayne Wade, the reemergence of Dwayne Wade. A lot of people thought he was done. A lot of people thought he was through. He then came back. He made the All-Star team starter. And the Heat are currently in 3rd place right now, and they looking like they're going to challenge the Eastern Conference. Number 4, I got to talk about Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know that's supposed to be Kevin Durant's team, but Russell Westbrook has been playing out of his mind lately. I think he notched up his 8th triple-double, 7th to 8th triple-double this season. People said he was never going to be able to be a true point guard, but now he's pretty close to averaging double digits in assists. The turnovers are down, and plus obviously he's rebounding the ball. His defense has always been ferocious. So I got to give a shout out to my boy Russell Westbrook. I think if Steph Curry wasn't playing on the level that he's playing right now, Russell Westbrook would definitely be leading the MVP candidacy right now. Number 3, we're gonna go up north and talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers, the state of the Cleveland Cavaliers. obviously the number 1 seed right now in the East. But they've been struggling as a little bit. They got rid of their coach, which was a shock move to a lot of players, to a lot of people, a lot of players, a lot of fans. LeBron said he was shocked. I don't know how true that is, but we're not going to get into all that lately. But the Cleveland Cavaliers, they got a new coach, Tyronn Lue, assistant coach, got promoted. It'll be interesting to see what they do. They're talking about playing faster, but Tyronn Lue wants them boys in shape. So it'll be interesting to see if I'm expecting them to make some key moves before the trade deadline so they can further solidify their spot in the East, because since they're the favorite to come out, they're going to have to challenge somebody in the West, and right now I don't think they have a roster to do so. So it'll be interesting to see. Don't be surprised if they make some more moves. Number 2, we got the Mamba return, man. Kind of feel bad for the Mamba. I've never been a big Kobe Bryant fan, but it's hard to watch him go out like this, not competing for a championship, because he has been probably the face of the NBA, you know, for the better of 2 decades. I know LeBron then came in and done his thing, and now we got Steph Curry. But Kobe was the man, and he held that down for a long time. So, Mamba, I wish you good luck, man. I really wish the Lakers could make the playoffs so we can see him bring some of that old classic playoff magic. No, because I don't know if there'll ever be another competitor like Kobe Bryant. I mean, he was pretty much Jordan-esque. I hate to say that, but because you don't want to compare nobody to Michael Jordan, the greatest ever. But man, see, I honestly think Kobe's gonna start to miss basketball after he's retired, and I hope he can swallow his pride and come back, maybe hop on the bench of one of these contending teams, and you know, maybe make a run at a 6th ring. But we talking about Kobe, and when you think of Kobe, you don't think about the bench. But as I said, man, it was very fun watching Kobe Bryant over the years. I didn't like him because he used to do my teams dirty, dropping 40 and 50, and we know he dropped the 81. But hey, man, we gonna miss you, Kobe. And number 1, last but definitely not least, we gonna talk about the Golden State Warriors. Man, I mean, what can you say about this team? What can't you say about this team? I mean, they pretty much running roughshod through the NBA right now. They got their MVP. Look like he on his way to win back-to-back MVP titles. You got Klay Thompson, you got Draymond. They're all stars. But this team, man, they play so fast. They play so explosive. They can beat you, obviously, shooting the 3 ball. They can get out in transition and run on you, force turnovers on defense, hold you to 1 shot, get a rebound, get down quick, get in that early office, screen, bam, 3. Before you know it, you down there, you struggling to get a shot off, you doink it, they kick it back out, they running that transition, bang, another 3. Before you know it, you're down 20 by halftime. So I'm not a Golden State Warriors fan. My favorite team is the Miami Heat, but when Golden State do play, I suggest everyone put your pride aside. Even if you're not a Golden State Warrior, watch this team when they're on TV, because they're playing basketball the way basketball should be played. And I think if you're a fan of sports, especially basketball, you should appreciate Golden State and what they're doing right now. And I hope they get to that 73 win mark. And I don't see nobody stopping them from winning the title right now. But anyway, as I said, it's your boy Jay Nevin. That's my 5 takes from the NBA so far. Peace.
All right. Shouts out to Jay Nevin, man. He's a good guy. Like I said, the podcast, The Last Word, I'm part of it too, but I have some I'm not on. But those guys, Derek Simeon and Joshua Nevels, aka Jay Nevin, those guys, they really put it down and they know what they're talking about. So like and subscribe to them as well. I know those guys, that's my show as well, my sister's show. I love doing that show. We really get down into talking about the true meaning of sports and how we really feel as not only fans, but analysts of the game as well. So check that out, man. Now it's coming down to what everyone has been waiting for. Everyone. And I'm about to give it to you. The prediction for Super Bowl 50. Now, before I give my prediction, I want to tell you how I believe the game's going to pan out. I believe that it will be a better game when last time we saw Peyton Manning. Everyone's worried about, well, they know what happened against Seattle 2 years ago. Yeah, granted, that's in a lot of people's head, and it's still fresh because it's only 2 years ago. It was a butt whipping, 43-8. It was a straight butt whipping. I don't care what no one says. It was a butt whipping from start to finish. But with that being said, this is a completely different Denver Broncos team. This team is nastier, have a little more edge, more defensive-minded, more run-oriented, Of course, we got a declining Peyton Manning. You got to have those kind of things that go on and help you out. So this team is much rougher and more grimy. So in my opinion, people thinking, well, what happened 2 years ago is going to happen this year because it's kind of the same format. But they don't know it's a different Denver Broncos team. This team is much more ready, much more prepared, much more savvy, not sexy. They were sexy 2 years ago, but Peyton had 55 touchdowns with 10 interceptions, and the offense was clicking on all sorts. They were a sexy pick to beat the Seahawks. But the Seahawks came in and wiped that sexy. They weren't bringing sexy back, I'll tell you that right now. Basically, people are saying, well, it's the same scenarios going on. Young quarterback, stout defense for the Carolina Panthers and with the Broncos. They're just that sexy team. They're not sexy anymore. People don't understand that. Yes, it's Peyton Manning, but he's not sexy anymore. But generally, I don't think Peyton Manning's ever been really sexy. But when it comes to football, sexy, he's always been a sexy guy. So people are like, well, how's it going to pan out? I think it'll be a close game, closer than what the experts think, closer than the general population think. I think it's going to be a very close game. I believe that both teams are defense oriented. There will be scores. I think there'll be a lot of field goals in this game as well. But when it comes down to the third quarter, it'll be very, very close. And then into the fourth quarter, I believe Cam just has a little more magic to show and to give out to the Denver Broncos. And in my opinion, I believe the Denver Broncos will lose this game 30-23. Carolina will be your Super Bowl 50 champions. I really, hope Peyton Manning gets his ring, but I don't see that offense against Carolina's defense putting up points to match it. I mean, to get 30, they only hit 30 points, the Broncos only hit 30 points twice this whole entire year, and that was 30 and 31. So they don't score a lot. And people keep forgetting, we're talking about both these great defenses going on, and they keep forgetting Carolina led the league in points per game, 31.3. So, Carolina's going to score points regardless. And, of course, they've had 28 straight games where they had a 100-yard rusher. So you know they're going to get their 100 yards, might even get their 200 yards rushing. And, of course, I believe that, Cam's going to do his thing. I would like to see it play out. Like I said, as a fan, I want to see Peyton Manning get his last ring and ride off into the sunset with the white horse and come on down to we all getting gold to go for everybody, yeah. But in my opinion, it's not going to happen. I think Cam will get it. I'm sorry to say that because I'm a big Saints fan and I don't want anybody else winning our division. I already had Tampa Bay do it back in 2002, but that really don't count. But I gotta say that I do respect both teams, Carolina and Denver. My whole thought is I just want a good Super Bowl. I want a good Super Bowl, And so far, the last couple of years, we've had decent Super Bowls, but I want to keep it going on. No more blowouts. Besides the Denver and Seattle game, besides that, the last 4 or 5 Super Bowls have been pretty intense and pretty good per se. So no more blowouts, but I just really want a good game. And I think both these teams will give us a good game because of their defense. Defense wins championships, offense just sells tickets. And I like that saying because both these teams have a great defense going into it. But like I said, my prediction, Carolina 30, Denver 23. Like I said, it'll be a close game going to the fourth quarter, but then Cam just makes a couple more plays with his feet or whatever, like he always does. And I think that the stage isn't too big for none of these teams. I think they're both ready. They both felt confident coming into it. Of course, it's the podium. You're just talking, but you got to look the part. But they looked the part, and I had a feeling that they were actually knowing what they're doing, and they were both ready for this game. And I'm ready for this game. Like I said, I'm ready already. It's not even Sunday, and I got my jersey on already. I might wear my Marcus Coulson jersey. I'll think about it. But every year I wear a Saints jersey to Super Bowl, even when the Saints won the Super Bowl. How ironic. I loved it. That was the greatest day of my life. That's another story. But here we go. Question of the day. And this is probably going to be the simplest question I ask my general audience, you YouTubers. The simplest question of the day. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Is it Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers? Or is it Peyton Manning right off in the sunset with the Denver Broncos for his second ring? Let me know. I'm eager to find out what's going on. Like I said, I got Carolina winning. I want to know who you got and why. Just tell me why. Like I said, there are no wrong answers until Monday. Then there'll be a lot of wrong answers. But for the final thoughts, I want to thank everyone who's been supporting me in this. This is only the second episode, and it will get better. It's getting better already. There's no more white wall. I'm pretty sure my head is blocking the LK or the ALK. I have a big head, man. Just blame it on my mama. This is Uneducated Sports Talk. My mother-in-law made this for me. She's a sweet lady. She made this for me. I want to thank her for it. Thank you, Mama D. It's beautiful. This is just a rough draft. I just wanted something here so it wouldn't be plain. It's too much white, you know. I had to put a little color into it. No, that's not a February African American Black History comment. No, I just need a little more color, a little more red, a little more orange. But I said anything would suffice. She wanted me to ask my opinion. I said anything suffice. It's probably something because she's great at drawing. But we will eventually get this all figured out. Right now, I'm working the kinks out. Like I said, it's Uneducated Sports Talk, baby. I'm just throwing stuff together. This isn't anything fancy, not yet. But we will get there one day. But with that note, I had a blast. I want to thank everybody for supporting me. Please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to your mama, to your daddy, to your brother, sister, cousin, everybody about this. If you want to see me, follow me on Facebook. My name is Carlos Clayton. Facebook, hit me up. My Twitter is Carlos Clayton _ probably the easiest Twitter name I can think of. Of course, I'm on Snapchat as well. So hit me at Carlos UST 1988. That is Carlos UST 1988. UST stands for Uneducated Sports Talk. But yeah, like I said, just like and subscribe. I want to thank y'all for supporting me and showing much love. And as always, YouTubers, stay smart, stay educated.